السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما واجعل تفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما ولا تجعل فينا ولا منا ولا بيننا شقيا ولا محروما. اللهم احينا على الإسلام وأمتنا على الإسلام وابعثنا على الإسلام وادخلنا الجنة بسلام. اللهم أحينا حياة طيبة، اللهم أحينا حياة طيبة وأمتنا ميتة سوية وتوفنا وأنت راض عنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم آمين. أما بعد. So every time I recite Surah Yusuf, I always come up with something. Always reflect on something from Surah Yusuf. Surah Ajiba, ikhwani. Every single time you recite the surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you like something, like a reflection. And it comes to your mind literally while you're reciting the surah. It's not like you even prepared that before. So it's something quickly that I want to share with you, inshallah Rabbil Alameen, that came to my mind while I was reciting the surah. So I want you to think of Surah Yusuf as different episodes and different scenes. It's a story, right? It's a story. So you have different episodes, you have different scenes, and so on and so forth. There's one scene in the beginning where the brothers of Yusuf, they're actually planning something together, plotting something against their own brother. Okay? There's one scene. Imagine they're sitting on the side. They're saying that, how our father, he liked Yusuf more than any one of us, like more than any one of us, and we're not happy about it. Okay? So, and they were having like this conversation on how to handle this situation, how to basically get rid of Yusuf. Some of them said, just kill him, get rid of him altogether, completely. Some other, eventually they said, just throw him in the ghayabat al-jub, somewhere far. Okay? So this is one scene. The next scene, they're actually, they said, that's the plan, let's go to our father. So their father is there, that's another scene. They're having another scene, all right? So they're talking to their father. They're saying, why don't you send Yusuf with us and so we can play? He's a young boy. Let us take him tomorrow to play with us, okay? All right, that's another scene. Yusuf, his father, Yaqub alayhi salam, says, I feel like there's something fishy in here. However, go ahead. Again, by the permission of Allah Azza wa Jal. So that's another scene. Now they're taking Yusuf alayhi salam. They are going on with their plan, with the shaitan plan. Yani. Okay? So that's another scene over here. So all of these things are happening behind Yusuf alayhi salam, behind Yusuf's back. Yusuf alayhi salam is not even aware of any of that. Okay? He was not aware of the conversation. He wasn't aware they were taking him to throw him in the well. He wasn't aware of the fact that they left him like this out of nowhere. He wasn't aware that they were going to come back to their father, all right, and tell him, hey, this is what happened, and they lied to their father. He wasn't aware of all of that, okay? But one thing I want you to, subhanAllah, think about now. When they threw Yusuf alayhi salam on the well, right? When they threw Yusuf alayhi salam in the well, who found Yusuf alayhi salam after that? Who found Yusuf alayhi salam after that? In the well, the caravan, correct? That's another scene, the caravan. How long, by the way, caravans back in the day, they were not like caravans nowadays. It's not like you're driving for like 2-3 hours. These people would start their caravan, they start the planning for like maybe a month before. Okay, a long time before. So, subhanAllah, while the brothers of Yusuf alayhi salam were actually, ganging against him, as we say, were coming together against him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was planning his exit, right? A plan for his safety. Allah was already planning that. So I want you to imagine this. While the brothers of Yusuf alayhi salam, consulting amongst themselves, the caravan already had started taking off. The caravan that was going to save Yusuf alayhi salam. And it started going. They're doing this to Yusuf, and subhanAllah, that the people who are going to save Yusuf alayhi salam, they are also walking towards the well. So the brothers of Yusuf alayhi salam, they're having a conversation with their father, and they're going towards the well, and the caravan is also going the same direction. Okay? And then eventually, the caravan, the sayyara, وَجَاءَتْ سَيَّارَةٌ فَأَرْسَلُوا وَارِدَهُم فَأَدْلَى دَلْوَى. They're looking and there's a young boy in the well. So, Khwani and Khawati, this is the scenes that I described. These scenes can happen in our lives too. All right? You only have in one scene. You don't know what's happening behind behind how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is planning things, right? You're looking at the situation is bad and I need help, I need support, this and that. And you're not realizing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already started giving the command and the order to the support. It's on the way, help on the way, without even realizing. It can take a month, like the caravan. It can take years. It can take, Allahu Alam, how long it will take, but it is coming. That's why in Surah Al-Sharh, we say, إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. It's not after, it's with. Okay? Subhanallah. So this is just an example from Surah Yusuf. They're throwing Yusuf, they're plotting against him, they're doing all of these things, and the caravan is already started. Okay? Doesn't matter. Just put your trust in Allah, Yusuf, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will find a way for you. Okay? That's one scene. Another scene, Yusuf alayhi salam spent years in jail before going to jail, right? The day he actually was admitted to jail, to the prison. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Yusuf, وَدَخَلَ مَعَهُ السِّجْنَ فَتَيَانِ. 2 inmates entered the prison on the same day as Yusuf. وَدَخَلَ مَعَهُ السِّجْنَ فَتَيَانِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, with him, Yusuf alayhi salam entering. All right, they're sending him to the prison. And with him, there are 2 more people. And guess who is going to save Yusuf alayhi salam from the prison? Huh? It's actually one of them. I was wondering, why would Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala out of nowhere, why would he say, on the day Yusuf was admitted to prison, 2 more inmates went with him? What's the reason for that? Okay, why would Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mention that in the ayah? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, ma'ahu, with him. One of them actually was the reason why Yusuf alayhi salam got out of jail, of the prison. Subhanallah. So this is for the Prophet, but it can happen to all of us. Everything that is happening in your life, the khayr is with it. All right? The khayr is coming with it. But it might take some time. But because we don't see this khayr, Yusuf alayhi salam didn't see this happening. Did Yusuf alayhi salam learn about the caravan? Did he hear anything about the caravan? He didn't hear anything about the caravan. But it doesn't mean that the caravan wasn't there. Allah already said to the caravan, go ahead, start. He will be tested, but this is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to save him. All right? You're going to be in prison. But guess what? The very people who are going to be with you in prison will be the ones who are actually getting you out of prison. وَدَخَلَ مَعَهُ السِّجْنَ فَتَيَانِ. Subhanallah. So there's so many, akhwani, for this surah is, so everyone. This is not just for entertainment. This surah, it has a lot of life lessons for you and I. So when you recite Surah Yusuf, inshallah, I want you to think of all of these episodes, and I want you to, I want you to see if you can apply one of these scenes and one of these episodes on yourself, inshallah, Rabbil Alameen. And if you have a similar situation that you've gone through, something that might even happen to you in the future, I want you to remind you of this, inshallah. Inna ma'al usri yusra. You lost your job, but guess what? The day you lost your job, another company just started. That very company will the one be hiring you. Allah said to that company, that's the day you will be in. Subhanallah, it might work this way. Subhanallah, it might work this way. A company that, in their plan that they were not planning on hiring anybody, but they changed the plan. They said, no, it's time to hire someone. This very company will be the company that will hire you. Subhanallah. This is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala manage our affairs and our plans. What we need to do is we need to believe and we need to trust. Okay? Trust Allah Azza wa Jal. The most important thing is do your part. And leave the rest up to Allah Azza wa Jal. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us understanding and tawfiq ya Rabbil Alameen. Allahumma ameen. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. جزاكم الله خيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. الله يتقبل منا ومنكم إن شاء الله.